Yo, what's good guys, Ben on Fire here back on the video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another coverage defense that I like in Madden 22. Now, I do want to make sure you guys check out that Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive ebook that I actually posted yesterday. Very good video, very informational, a lot of good plays in it, so check that out. Again, posted it yesterday. We're going to kind of add on to that with another play that I did not talk about in the ebook. So, we're going to be back in the dime 2-3-6 will, and the play we're going to run is going to be cover 6. Let's move our camera up. Cover 6 there on the left-hand side. A lot of versatility with this. You see a lot of cover 6s lately. This one's not going to be match coverage, but it's going to be super good just to mix in. You have a lot of blitzing power out of this formation, so you do want to mix in some coverage defense behind it, and I think cover 6 is a good place to start for that. Now, of course, you're going to go ahead, probably get your safeties at linebacker. We're going to throw Grant there. We got Harmon. So you can get safeties at linebacker. And yeah, that's just going to add to your coverage. I'm not sure why these guys are in there, very low rated. But yeah, man, pretty simple stuff. Cover 6. We're going to leave our zone drops on default for now. If that changes, I will certainly let you know. But yeah, Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook. Let's jump straight into it. Now, actually, one more thing. Based on the placement of the play, we're actually going to have the quarter side on the wide side of the field, have your cover 2 side on the short side. All right, here we are out on the field now. There's a couple of points to make with this defense. We're just going to go through the kind of the play art, what it looks like. First thing I like to do is baseline press. Not necessarily is going to help the coverage, but the reason we do it is so that it has the same look as your Edge Blitz 3 or DB Fire 2, whatever plays you're running. Generally, you're going to be baseline pressed unless it's going to be a man coverage. Now, look at our player. We got our cover 4 on that right side. As I mentioned, you want the wide side of the field to have cover 4. It's symmetrical, so you can flip it either way you like. We could easily flip it, and you see these guys really shouldn't move if you baseline press. So now we have cover 2 over there. You can just simply flip the play, baseline press, and now you have your play back to where it was. So simple stuff there. Now, what's the weakness of this particular play? It's probably going to be the short routes on the right and the deep routes on the left. Now, immediately what you can do is get rid of that soft squat if you want to. And we'll just show it with the soft squat and the cloud flat. It depends on honestly what you're playing against, but against something like bunch trail, which is what we're in now, you'll see how the soft squat's going to stay on Terry McLaurin until J.D. McKissick on his swing route actually goes into that kind of zone area. Now, for starters, we're just going to put A on a little hard flat, draw on Harmon, put him on a little hard flat zone. And again, with these zone drops, you can go curl flats deeper, flats shorter. Now, who are you going to use? You can leave like the mid read here. I will usually actually like either using Sherfield here or Grant. Now, it's tough because for most blitzes, you're standing kind of right here with your user, so we want to give them the same look. So generally, I'm going to try and figure out a way to user Grant. And if I'm doing that, we can also throw Y and a little curl flat on that left side, get him deeper, and then we can maybe just hard flat or whatever. So we're going to watch the middle of the field with our user, go over to B, go back over to A. And then again, most people will not run bunch trail like this, so you should be relatively good. Now you are rushing 3, and this is what sometimes happens when you're running match coverage. Those late play breakdowns do happen, so that's why you got to be paying attention with your user. But ideally, what I like to do, if I could do it, is actually user Sheffield right here. And then probably what I'm doing is I'm just hard flatting A, and then we're just kind of running it like that. So I'm able to work over on B, and then I can actually, you see how the mid read actually matches on A. The mid read is a matching zone. So that if you didn't know that, the mid reads do match on certain things like tight end post routes, crossing routes. So that's why I actually do sometimes like to use this guy. And again, the only difference would be you're not hovering over the D tackle, but overall the defense should relatively stay the same. Now let's show some of the work here. Let's go over our soft squat. Now you see the soft squat again. He's going to run with him until another zone goes into it. So J.D. McKissick here. I'm going to block him next play, but you'll see without him being blocked, the soft squat's going to follow him. So again, it's just important to know if that's something I don't like, we can go with cloud flat. For now, we'll show what the soft squat looks like. I'm going to block the halfback now. And then again, I'm just double flatting on this right side. If you want to, again, sometimes people don't go to flats on the right side, so you could actually just man up the tight end if that's an issue potentially. Because for a play like this, there's nothing on the flat on the right side, so you're almost wasting a zone. And again, if they're running a lot of verticals, then there's no route going to the flat. that you would need a hard flat for. So you might just want to man up the tight end. That's something that I would be fine with you guys doing. And here you see the soft squat. He's going to run all the way up. Now B does eventually go into his zone. And that's when he actually goes down and almost is able to make a play on that. So he can actually lurk pretty well from his soft squat position. Pretty cool there. So that is going to be one way to run it. Another way you can go ahead and actually run this particular play is going to be with some more man coverage. You can actually man up multiple players if I would like. So we can man up like the running back here. We can go ahead and man up the tight end and just kind of run it like this. You have a cloud flat, you have a curl flat. Again, if I'm in this situation, I'm probably setting my curl flats to like 20 yards. And then my cloud flats, I might play a little bit lower, maybe around 10, 5 yards over there on the left side. And then your user, you're kind of watching deep over the middle of the field. So we're watching B over here. We can go back to A, but you see, I mean, the coverage over here is pretty good. Now, again, certain routes like Terry McLaurin on a post route, he's of course getting open against a super low overall free safety, but this is really good coverage against bunch, especially plays like verticals, which I'll show next. But you see everything is really defended well. The cloud flat ends up going down to defend this guy. The running back's manned up, tight end is manned up, so he's defended decently well. Of course, our user is able to help out on that. Again, the corner route over here, this is a stock outside quarter, and you see how AJ Terrell is playing that pretty decently. Again, our zone drops aren't set, so this guy would probably go deeper. Ideally, realistically. But yeah, man, pretty good defense right there. Now, another thing you can do is I think you might actually be able to get pressure out of this potentially. We're going to try it out here, see if we can. Now, if I'm setting pressure, I have to put A probably in a curl flat over here. But I'm just going to manually blitz both those slot corners, and we'll see if it works. It might not work, but let's try it out, and then we'll run it against verticals. And we just got a really weird blitzing angle. That's because of the way that the D linemen I think are crashed. Caused for some of that weird blitzing angle. We'll try it again here, see if it works. Again, I don't usually blitz out of this, but if you could, it would be pretty cool if you're able to. So we'll just try it out really quick. And again, if I'm blitzing, curl fighting this guy so that we're pretty much just blitzing 2 extra yellow zones. Snap the ball, and for whatever reason, the corner's blitzing inside. So again, blitzing angles do have a lot to do with it. That's why you can't just run certain blitzes out of every play in the offense or the defense. But let's go to verticals to show that example. And again, the coverage we're going to run in this sequence is going to be manning up the tight end and the running back here. And this is a good setup, especially if we wanted to give the illusion that we were blitzing. With that first setup, we were kind of using this slot corner, so it's tough to show that we're blitzing. But with this one, we're actually using the same linebackers, so we can go to this spot and show it. So verticals, we're just going to wheel the running back. Here's one of the more popular setups that you see. And we can snap the ball here. All we have to do is defend RB deep, and you see even he actually gets matched up on. So just interesting there that really, even though we don't have like quarter flats matching, basically everything else is matching now. Holy crap, I don't know how I have so much time rushing 3. Maybe you have to blitz your user, because I think that does actually help with sheds. Now, we don't have any good D linemen, but I'm going to try out blitzing my user. And is Grady Jarrett not a superstar anymore? I guess he got his abilities wrecked. That's tough for him. But we'll show the play again, and then I'll actually go into the replay, show some of the better coverage stuff, because we did, you can't lie, we actually had him locked up there. So we'll try blitzing our user, see if it helps at all. And again, we're going to lurk over on RB. And there you see we get a quicker shed. So I do think blitzing your user actually helps with those different stuff. Now, also, I'm going to take this time to promote my membership program. You can definitely join that. I'm going to start posting that a lot more. I posted a tip I think it was the day before yesterday. Red zone tip. We're going to show more things like fullback dive defense, different just tips with the game that most people wouldn't know and can be very helpful. They're not going to be like full ebooks exclusively, but just small tips that can really help you, in my opinion. I think it's definitely worth it in comparison to what some other people will charge for tips and monthly tips, stuff like that. But going back to the coverage, left side, we do have our soft squat. He kind of bites down, and this is why you might want to cloud flat. He might take that a little bit deeper. A fast deep half will make the play anyway, but especially on the short side. Everything else over here, the right side, the wide receiver wheel with DeAndre Carter. Curl flats over there, and then the quarter immediately goes onto it. Over here on the left side, we of course man up the tight end, and then our inside quarter on the right hand side, who is the strong safety. It matches onto him. Now he's super slow, but normally he would actually be in range to make a play, especially if he has acrobat on him, which I do recommend. And then again, your user, you can really just pick anything else, but this is how you bag verticals. I'm going to see if mesh spot is in this offense. I'm not sure if it is, but otherwise I might just pick another play to show you guys. So again, you're probably running this play with auto flip off so that you can just manually choose which side you want your quarter on, because you're going to want it on the wide side. Even if they flip their bunch, they can flip their bunch. We still want our outside quarters on the wide side, because if we flip it, that's where we can get beat deep on the sideline, especially out of vert tap back under in bunch offset. So we're going to flip back this baseline press. Now let's go ahead and man it up kind of the same way we were doing it. This man up setup, run it like this, just man up these two guys, and then user over here. We're going to run mesh spot. We're going to put X on out route. We're going to streak R1, which never mind, I can't streak because my stupid R1 icon is broken. If anybody knows how to fix these bumpers on with the Xbox Series X controller that came with the console, let me know down below, because my R1, I just can't press it. My L1 is super like tight. It doesn't have a lot of give to it. I can still press things with it, but I cannot really press it that much, and it's probably about to break. But R1 we can't do anything with, so we'll just kind of run our play like this, I suppose. Normally RB is going to be on a streak, but just going to run it like this, and you will see that all you really have to defend is going to be R1 up the seam. B, he does end up getting open. If that's an issue, you can man up the curl flat on him, or try and do something about that. It's kind of tough because you do want to man up the tight end in this case, but if you were to do something, if he's really going with that, you go back to this first adjustment, hard flat, and then we can actually man up the running back over here and just kind of run it like this. So we have our hard flat over there. Again, I didn't really like this too much because if they run verticals, but if mesh spot is really killing you, this would be something that I wouldn't be too against. And then you're just going to use your A over here, and you see A kind of does get matched on. That would actually be a tough pass. I'm not sure many people would throw that pass to the tight end. It would definitely be tough, and you could catch them lurking, or you could actually lurk them pretty easily. So again, just different stuff. You can always also contain. Again, contains in this game aren't going to be good. There's not really a specific way I like to contain out of this formation. Pretty difficult to do that. So again, just hold your contains, hope for the best. There's not much that you can really do to stop it, but again, and if you really wanted to run in this play stock, you actually could. Now again, your curl flat over there is the only thing that's not going to match, but you see everything else is actually going to play pretty well, and you see if you do get quick snapped, cover 6 is definitely not a bad play to be in, I would say. But that's going to do the video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.